So we are going to start today laying down on the blanket with our knees bent and our feet on the floor. So I'm gonna have my head up here, my tailbone's gonna be here. The nice thing about the blanket is you can kind of really wiggle into it. It's moldable and flexible, so you can really kind of wiggle into this space and let it feel comfortable. If at any time the blanket is not suiting you and your needs, you can ditch it. You can do all of this laying flat on the floor, but I do have a purpose for the blanket when we get there. You'll kind of see. Okay, so safely making our way down onto the blanket on our back. So tailbone's gonna be at one end, towards the front of the mat, front of the room. And then I'm just gonna kind of settle my body. Top of my head and neck are supported on the blanket as well. So my full body is supported underneath me. I'm gonna kind of just wiggle into this blanket space. I'm gonna ask you to let your body find comfort and ease here. You probably won't be able to see the screen, but you can hear my voice. So take a moment, find a non-moving focal point on the ceiling, the sky, or close your eyes. Allow your feet to be in contact with your mat, preferably knees bent and feet on the floor. There can be some space between your feet, your knees, your hips. Flipping your palms to face open towards the sky. Allow the front edges of your shoulders to roll open as if gravity could gently open them towards the floor space. Opening your collarbones, creating space along the front of your chest. Take a few moments, a few breaths here, if you will. Acknowledge the sounds that are surrounding you in the space. Depending on where you're practicing your yoga today, there might be a lot of stillness and quiet. Right now I hear the birds chirping outside my window, my stomach growling ever so slightly. It's almost time for lunch here. But others of you may notice more activity in your space, more sound, maybe even loudness. And within whatever that sound brings to your ear, let it settle, acknowledge it, and be present within the space, present within my voice. From here, allow your arms to come up and out towards more of a T or a W shape. You can have a gentle bend in your elbows. Palms are continuing to face the ceiling or the sky. Again, allow this openness, this heaviness in your shoulders, possibly a sensation of a stretch along the front of your chest. Continue to breathe here. Acknowledge whether your eyes are open or closed, what you see, what you picture, what you're imagining. And then lastly, acknowledge what your body feels. Possibly the mat beneath your feet, the blanket, the crevices of where it supports you along your spine, the back side of your body, and the contact of your hands and your arms amongst the mat, the earth, or the floor. Take 2 more breaths here. Your arms where they are in this open T shape if this feels good to you. If you need to allow the hands and the palms to come a little bit further down or towards your body space, you can. Just going to continue with this stretch here as we create awareness around our breath. So as you inhale here, we're going to create some imagery. If it sinks in with you and speaks to you, go ahead and follow along here. As you inhale, imagine that you could fill your lung space up as if you could expand like you're filling a balloon. So as you take air into your lung space, into your body, imagine that your lungs could get bigger in all directions. It expands 360 degrees, just like a balloon would. And then as you exhale, allow this natural deflation or recoil inward towards center happen within your lungs, your body. So as you inhale, grow in space and girth. Inhale, expand. And as you exhale, appreciate the natural recoil, softening, and the inward motion towards center. Take 3 more breaths here. As you are breathing, recognize the movement, how it feels, whether it feels easy or challenging. Don't judge it, just have awareness. We're working to find our diaphragmatic breath with this strategy. Notice our inhales, we get bigger, we expand. Our lungs move outward. And then as we exhale, we naturally recoil, get smaller, come inward. Last and final breath. Throughout today's class, we're going to play with this diaphragmatic breath, inward expansion, exhale, deflation, or in this case, we're going to build into connection to our core. At the bottom of your next inhale, go ahead and flip your palms. You can open your eyes if that suits you. Just finding a non-moving focal point on the sky, the ceiling. Reach your palms face down this time, fingertips reaching towards your toes. I'm having a wide palm space, finger grip, and I'm pressing my entire arms, my palms down into the earth. So there's some energy along my backside body, specifically up by my arms, my armpits. From here, find your inhale breath once again, expand through the rib cage. This time, as you exhale, draw your navel down and in towards your body, as if you could create a little bit of a hug of your navel in towards your spine. Inhale, let that go, expand. And then as you exhale, as if there were a string attached to your belly button, pull it down. Not with force, not with speed, but with control and ease. It's gentle. Inhale here, 2 more. Exhale, draw the belly button down. Connect to your core. Feel this upward and inward lift inside your body. Inhale, let it go. Exhale, connect. Check in with your arms. Keep reaching and pressing. Last breath here. Inhale, expand. Exhale, depress down. Give your body a hug. Good. That's our internal core system. From here, any little lasting feel-good movements, whether it's bring those arms back to a T, it's a little wiggle of the hips side to side. Take a moment here, and then when you're ready, gently rolling off of the blanket to the side. We'll go ahead and set the blanket off to the side away from us for this next portion. Okay, from here, grabbing your block, if you have it, a paper towel roll, or another small item, a ball, a children's ball, a blanket is handy. Just something to connect between the knee space here. Good. We're going to come up into a bridge. So as we bridge up, inhale, lift. Find that openness in the front of the hips. Continue to reach and press your arms. And then as you exhale breath,
Exhale, start to roll and round your body back down, one little vertebrae at a time. I'm gonna move my blanket out of the way because I think it's gonna get in our space. Good. As you inhale, lift up, bridge pose. Exhale, roll your body down. Start that initiation of the roll with your exhale breath, pull that belly in. Good, inhale, press up. Exhale, roll down. So we're giving our spine a massage on the way down. I want you to imagine that as you articulate and roll your spine down, you could create length of your spine and your tailbone. So you're reaching your tailbone towards the front of your mat. Last 3 here, inhale up. Exhale, initiate the roll down from the breath, pull the belly down and in. We're finding our core here, massaging out our spine. Last 2, inhale up. Exhale, roll down. Last one here, inhale up. Exhale, roll down. Beautiful. Now we're going to take that roll out from underneath us. So we're not going to roll down. We're going to hinge up and down with a straight spine. More of a traditional bridge. I'm going to switch the breath on you. So I'm always strategic about the breath cues that I give. There's always a purpose and initiation of the core. So as you exhale, reach your arms, press into your hips. This time, exhale, lift up. Inhale, barely touch your hips down, maybe not even at all. Exhale, press right back up. Inhale, lower. Take your time here. It's the use of your breath that really makes this count. Inhale. Exhale, press and lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, press and lift. Feel your glutes, feel your belly connection. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Last 5. Last 3. Last 1. Good. We've got our legs, our glutes, and our core specifically nice and warm. Go ahead and remove that block, set it off to the side. Little windshield wiper movements here. Good. We're massaging out through that low back, that pelvis. On your next breath, pull your knees into your chest if it feels comfortable, allowing some space. Again, rocking side to side here. If you have any hip discomfort or impingement, keep the space wider or larger between the hips. Otherwise, you can pull the knees in just a little bit more. Go ahead and rock and roll here. If it suits you, you can stay. Otherwise, option to add happy baby. Gently grabbing onto the bottoms of the feet. Same kind of thing, a little bit of pressure, feet pressing into your hands, hands pressing into your feet, knees are wide. Little baby rock side to side. In happy baby, find your breath. See if you can, again, reach your tailbone long as if it could reach towards the floor. This is oftentimes challenging, including for myself. But see if you can imagine tailbone reaches down rather than lifting up. Good. Go ahead and release your legs. Let's take a figure 4 pose. So gently crossing your right leg over your left. Let your right knee, reach away from you. Maybe even a gentle hand pressure for that guidance to create your figure 4. If this stretch feels good to you, the openness in the hips, stay. Otherwise, go ahead and interlace your fingers and hands around your left thigh, behind your left knee. And then once again, you can find that little rock side to side. Take 2 breaths here. You should feel a nice opening and stretch along the back right side of the hip. If there's any discomfort on within the groin area or inside of the hip, just proceed with caution. If it's sharpshooting pain in any way, go ahead and lower that left leg down and take that alternative version we showed at the beginning. Last breath here. And then exhale, left leg comes down, right leg comes down. Go ahead and switch. Left leg crosses over the right. Again, gently reaching that left knee in space towards the front of the mat. Maybe a little bit of guided hand pressure if that suits you. Option to stay, otherwise interlace the hands around the right thigh, pulling in towards you gently, finding that full figure 4 stretch on your back. Little baby rock side to side. Let this feel good. Let it be slow and easy, nice and controlled with your breath. Close your eyes if this feels good to you. Last breath here. And on your exhale, let it down. One leg at a time. Take a full body stretch. Reach your arms overhead. Maybe reach the right arm longer than the left, and the left arm longer than the right, and then melt. Let your body be still for a moment. Take a breath here. Okay, from here, we're gonna roll onto your right side body. I'm gonna turn and face you in the camera. This is a great place where that blanket can come back to help you. A couple options. You can always take your blanket, use it as a pillow for your head and support your head. Or my favorite option, folding the blanket, placing it, between your legs, your thighs. So this creates a neutral pelvis, especially if you have any outside hip issues or bursitis issues. I'm gonna cradle my head underneath my right arm. So we're gonna do some spinal mobility here. Go ahead, if it's comfortable, bring those knees up towards your chest like a true fetal position. And you're gonna think about your legs being heavy like a weight. Left arm here on top is gonna reach out in front of you towards the camera. And then as you inhale, we're gonna go into what I call book openers. So as if your book was closed and this left hand and arm were the top cover, you're gonna take a breath in, and as you breathe, you're gonna reach your left hand up towards the sky. And as you reach, your chest is going to open. So I'm reaching my left hand away from the camera over towards the wall behind me, but it's not so much about how far my arm goes. I want you to think about how far can you turn your chest open towards the sky without allowing your knees to move. So notice my knees, my legs are heavy, and then I allow my upper body to move wherever it suits to. And then as you exhale, close the book. Inhale, open the chest. Reach the arm. You can keep your elbow bent here, especially if you have any shoulder discomfort or issues. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Let's do one more of this version. And exhale, close. If that feels good, you can stay. I'm going to show you an alternative version called a windmill. This time, you're going to reach your left fingertips up along the floor space, over your head. So you don't have to necessarily touch the floor the whole time, but you're reaching for the floor. I'm going to open once again to that T shape, that spinal twist. And then as I exhale, I'm going to be really intentional about rolling and exaggerating forward. Inhale, windmill, open the left arm, open the chest, and exhale, close. Let's do that one more time here. Inhale, open, it should feel good. And then exhale, close. Good. From here, as we transition, you can roll over to your opposite side. I'm going to completely switch my sides so I'm still facing you forward. So this time rolling over onto that left side body. Coming back into that same position of comfort and support. Bending the knees into that fetal position. This time right arm comes forward and out. As you find your inhale, find your book opener here. Open the chest. Inhale, stretch. And then exhale, close. Now you might notice as we've switched sides that there might be one side that feels a little bit, I like to call it stickier. It's a little bit less range of motion, Maybe there's more of a stretching sensation or a stopping sensation. That's normal. Usually there's one side that's a little bit more restricted than the other. Good, last book opener here. Now we're going to work into our windmills, reaching our right arm up and over, staying close to the floor this time. Again, opening the chest, finding that T-shaped spinal twist, and exhale, close. Good, inhale, inhale, windmill, open, and exhale, close. Let's go one more time here. Inhale, windmill, open the chest. And exhale, close. Very good. From here, moving the blanket out of the way, out of our space. Coming up to a hands and knees. Take a moment here in hands and knees to find cat and cow. So find some space between your knees, space between your arms, stacked directly under the shoulders. As you take your inhale, find cow pose. Let the belly sink heavy, the chest shine forward, lengthen the tailbone. And then as you exhale, draw that navel up and in. Round out through your spine, hollow out through your belly as you lift. Let your head hang heavy. Inhale, reverse that motion, cow pose, extend, find length through the chest. Draw the shoulders down away from your ears, press the ground away. Exhale, hollow out the belly, round up. Think about creating a rainbow shape. Inhale, reverse, cow pose, last one each way. Exhale, round up. From here, find some stillness in the center. Come to what I call a neutral spine, a place between cat and cow, where your body, your spine can be straight and flat. There's still that natural curvature, but you could set your low back space, a block along your low back space, and it wouldn't fall off. So from here, think about keeping that stillness, that security in your body and your center. And then as you exhale, draw your belly up and in without actually moving your spine. You're gonna reach your right leg back. Inhale, come back to center. Find your diaphragm. Exhale, draw that belly up and in, away from the floor. Give your spine a hug. Find your core. Reach your left leg back. Notice my toes are still in contact with the ground, with my mat. I'm not focusing on the height here of my reach of my leg, but rather the length. And with that length creates stability. So as I exhale, I'm reaching long. I'm squeezing my glute with that reach and that extension, and I'm pulling my belly up and in away from the floor. If this feels good and this is a challenge for you, stay here. We're gonna layer it up with that full bird dog as you exhale, adding the opposite arm reach. Inhale back to center. Exhale, belly button to spine. Connect in that center, reach out, lengthen from that moment. Inhale, come back. Exhale, draw the belly up and in. Lengthen and reach out. Option to float the toes here, just a few inch. Notice I'm not arching my spine. Inhale, come back. Exhale, belly button to spine connection. Reach it out, lengthen. Let's go one more time on each side. Notice there's not a lot of movement happening in my center body. I'm not shifting side to side. I'm not arching and dumping through the low back. I'm truly pretending that there's a block sitting on my low back space, and I am balancing it the entire time. Good. From here, coming back to center. If you need to take a moment, roll out the wrists. You can do so. We're going to come back to hands and knees. Take an inhale breath, curl your toes underneath you. Exhale, lift the hips, downward facing dog. In your downward facing dog, take a moment, take a breath. As you inhale, gently bend the knees, step or hop to the front of your mat. From here, find a forward fold, exhale. As you inhale, halfway lift,
Find length here in your spine, just as we did in hands and knees. Create a flat, straight back. Pull that belly up and in. Draw your shoulders away from you. One last breath here. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, press through your feet, mountain pose. Reach the arms up towards the sky. As you exhale, find a baby back bend. Goalpost the arms, shine the chest towards the sky. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Bend at the knees, bend at the waist. Draw that belly up and in, let the head hang heavy. Inhale, find length, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press through the feet, rise up, mountain pose. Exhale, baby back bend, goalpost the arms. Inhale, rise up, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, chair pose. Optional traditional chair with the arms reaching up and forward. If you have any shoulder discomfort like I do, I recommend airplaning the arms back behind you. Squeeze the backside body, squeeze between your shoulder blades. Think about rolling the front shoulder points open. Draw that belly up and in here, holding the stability of your chair with your squat with your legs. Last breath. Good. Exhale, come to stand. Inhale, rise up, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. This time, plant your hands. Step one foot back, one at a time. Find a tall plank position or drop the knees, extended tabletop. So wherever you are at, holding and breathing here, draw your shoulders down away from your ears. Press the palms of your hands into your mat. Press the ground away. Create space between your shoulder blades. On your exhale, reinforce that belly button to spine connection. Take an inhale breath here. Prepare. As you exhale, hug your elbows in. You're going to lower down halfway with control. Baby pause here. Then lower all the way down to your belly. Keeping your hands placed where they are underneath your shoulders, mini cobra. As you inhale, plug those shoulders down, lengthen your spine. Exhale, draw that belly up and in. Little baby, press up from the chest, up from the hands, and reach. Think about lengthening your spine. On your next exhale breath, melt your spine, your upper body down into the earth. Take an inhale here, and then exhale, pressing up. Back to tabletop, and then back to downward facing dog. Take an inhale breath. Go ahead and prepare, step or hop to the front of your mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, mountain pose. Exhale, baby back bend. Inhale, rise up, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, chair pose, hold. Steady your breath. Check in with your form, with your posture. Check in with your mindset, breathe. Next, inhale, breath, rise up, stand, mountain pose. Exhale, hands come to heart center. From here, we're going to transition back into a crescent lunge. So placing stability in your right foot, almost imagine as if you could find a mini tree pose for a moment here, balance. And then with stability, as if it were slow motion, step that left foot back, raise the arms up, crescent lunge. So take an inhale breath here. Appreciate there's a little bend in my back knee, offsetting any hip flexor discomfort, hip discomfort. On your next inhale, open up warrior two. Take a pause, take a moment. On your next inhale breath here, shift your weight forward, open up, extended side angle. And then as you exhale breath, reverse your warrior. Draw your belly up and in here as you reverse and support your spine in this extension. Inhale, breath. Cycle the arms all the way down. Here is where the blocks can be handy. On each side, find a low lunge. So my back heel is going to be lifted. From here, keep your left hand planted where it is. Right hand reaches up. Spiral your spine. Open your chest. Exhale, come back down. Hands to your blocks or hands to the floor. With control, step your right leg back. Find your tall plank or drop the knees to extended tabletop. Take an inhale, breath control. Exhale, lower down. Pause halfway. Lower all the way down. Hands stay planted, mini cobra. Inhale, prepare, draw the shoulders back as you exhale. Draw your navel up and in. Baby lift of your chest. Find that length of your spine. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, press up with the hands, tabletop. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Take one inhale breath here and an exhale. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, step or jump to the front of your mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Mountain pose. Exhale, baby back bend. Open the chest. Inhale, rise up, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, chair pose. Hold, breathe. Inhale, rise up, mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. Switching sides. Find that stability, that balance on your left leg this time. As if it were slow motion and controlled. Reach your right leg back. Let it find the earth, creating that space. Find a crescent lunge. Lengthen and reach your upper body. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Take an inhale, breath, pause here. On your next inhale, reach it forward, extended side angle. Lengthen through that right side body. And as you exhale, keeping your front knee bent, reverse your warrior, draw your belly up and in. Support your spine through that extension. Next time, bring your hands down to your blocks or down to the floor. Find your low lunge. Take a pause here. Right hand stays planted on your block or on your floor space. As you exhale, twist from your center, open your chest. Inhale, hands come back to frame your foot. Exhale, draw your belly up and in with intention. Step back, tall plank. Drop the knees, extended tabletop. Holding for a breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Lower down, all the way down. We're going to end here with a locust pose. As you inhale, draw both hands back behind you, palms facing down, fingertips reaching towards the earth, reaching towards your toes. Go ahead and draw your shoulder blades down your back, open your collarbone, squeeze your backside body. On your inhale, find just a tiny baby lift and floating of the fingertips and the feet. Lengthen your upper body, lengthen the back of your neck. On your exhale, lift longer. Draw your belly up and in. Option to have a little connection between the heels, a little bend of your knees. Continue to squeeze your backside body between your shoulder blades. Last 2 breaths here. And exhale. Last one here. And exhale. Let your body melt down into the ground. Let one cheek come to the mat. Let your shoulders round forward. Let them be heavy. Take a moment here on your belly. You can keep your arms down at your sides where they are. They can come out to a T shape with one cheek on the mat. Or you can choose to have your hands out in front of you with your forehead face down, like so. These last few moments, I'm going to lead you through some mindfulness. Notice I'll have my head up just so you can hear me, but know that you're welcome to find ease and comfort here. And if that's not on your belly, you can find a different position as well. I welcome you to that. Take a moment to reconnect with your breath. Reconnect with this space that you're in. Appreciate how your mind, how your body feels compared to how it felt as we started class. Appreciate the sensations, the touch of your body on the earth, on your mat. And appreciate and acknowledge the sounds and the sights. Feel your body rise and fall with your breath. It's full, might even be quick. Appreciate your heart rate, might even be elevated from the little bit of movement and standing we ended with. In this moment, in this space, if you have one cheek down to the mat, I encourage you to switch sides, switch cheeks. You're welcome to stay here for your final resting pose if this suits you, or if you would prefer to change positions and find a more traditional Shavasana on your back, you can join me. Using any props that you may need, or positions of comfort and ease. Don't be afraid to take up space. These next few moments are completely yours to breathe and to be present. Gently start to bring awareness back into this space. Gentle movements in your body. Wiggle of your fingertips and toes. Perhaps a movement, a rotation of your neck, your spine. Gently allow your movements to grow, to deepen. And as you're ready to do so, make your way onto one of your side bodies, kind of fetal position. Eyes can remain open or closed here. Once you're on your side, find ease. In this moment, have gratitude for your body, your mind, your spirit. Especially in times like these, it's important to appreciate the little things. The ability and the willingness for you to come onto your mat today and spend some time with yourself. It's big. It's important. We oftentimes feel that we have to move so quickly from one thing to the next, and we're needed in so many different ways and spaces. So take a moment to appreciate what you need. In your next inhale breath, I invite you to come up to a seated position, facing forward. Eyes can be open or closed. Finding a position and seated that's comfortable to you. Any props that you prefer to use are welcome. I invite you to settle into the space here. Palms can be face down or open in your lap, or hands can interlace together, stack at the center of your chest. Take a moment here, feel the ground beneath your pelvis, feel the heaviness here, and let your spine grow long, be light. Take a big breath in, fill your lungs, and then exhale, let it go. Just take one more breath like this. Inhale, fullness, then exhale, softness. If you wish to join me in sealing in your practice by bowing forward, namaste. I hope you all enjoyed this quick yoga flow, gentle flow. Hopefully it brought some ease to your mind and your body and carries with you some positivity throughout the rest of your day. Thank you for joining me.